Hello and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. Today we're talking about the summer technology backup and checklist. And so we just want to welcome everyone today. We're so glad to have you joining us, whether you're here live on this session or if you're watching later on YouTube. We're so grateful that you decided to spend your time with us today. So, first off, we just have a couple of announcements, especially for those who might be brand new. Like I said, we want to welcome you. My name is Josh Voiles. I'm an instructional technology coordinator for Midland Independent School District. I am joined by Miss Sherry Harris, who is the other instructional tech coordinator. And we are also joined by our supervisor, the director of tech integration, Miss Isabel Espinoza, and she's here with us as well. And a couple of other things we want to make you aware of is that we do have kind of our own corner of the web there on the Midland ISD website. If you just type in midlandisd.net/itech, kind of sounds like information technology, but it's actually instructional technology. So just type in /itech and you'll find our webpage. Give us a favorite, give us a star on your browser. We're updating that. Especially probably here in the summertime, we'll be updating that with a lot of great resources. We've got resources on GoGuardian, Nearpod, CleverTouch, and of course our Tech Tuesday archive is on there. Lots of good stuff, stuff on having to do with Google and instruction. So just go back and check that from time to time. We want to put some relevant things on there for you to use as resources. And another thing that you may not be aware of if you're new, there is a technology newsletter that we try to send out twice or at least once a month. Hoping to send out another one of those in the next few days. You can sign up to receive Technology Monthly Newsletter to get information on the latest technology tools, tips, and tricks. And of course, that is all relevant specifically to Midland Independent District School teachers. You can visit midlandisd.net/tech newsletter. There's also the QR code there that you can use. That has an archive of all of the past newsletters in case you've missed any of those. And whoops, I went ahead too quick. And also it has a link where you can subscribe. Another thing is that I'm going to be copying and pasting into the chat right now, in case you're coming in still. There's all of the links and the resources for some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today. So here in a second, Sherry, she'll be talking about some resources with Google Drive and all of that. So you'll find those in the chat. So I just dropped those in there. Go check those out as well. And last but not least, we want everyone to know, once again, especially if you're new, that you can actually get credit in Eduphoria for Tech Tuesday. So we offer SBEC and CPE credit that's available in Eduphoria for today's sessions and all of our Tech Tuesday sessions. Those links are in the chat as well. So you can just click to enroll in there and you get those credits for being here for our Tech Tuesdays. We just wanted to do that for all of you teachers. And it's important, right? Because some of us are trying to up our credits if we're like renewing our certificates or whatnot. So definitely take advantage of that. And so today we're going to go ahead and jump into our Tech Tuesday for today. So I'm going to hand it off to Miss Sherry Harris.
Thank you, Josh. I do want to touch base on the SBEC credits for Eduphoria. Everyone that is in the meeting today has already been rewarded credits, so please stick around until 4 o'clock. Okay, so getting ready for summer. We are going to discuss moving all of our files to our Google Drive, which is super duper important this summer. We are shutting down our computers, and we're not unplugging any MISD technology or printers. I know the form was just sent out today, the energy form. Just know that nothing that for MISD is being unplugged this year, and I'll talk more about that in just a moment. And then we're going to talk about how to register for Elevate in our Power Up EdTech Conference coming up on the 1st and 2nd of August. Okay, so backing up Google Drive. So MISD will be moving to Windows 11 this summer. So please make sure that you have backed up all of your computer files on Google Drive. So There's two different ways to do this, and I'll show my entire screen just to give you an idea. So the first one is, just drag and drop, or just go to your Google Drive and just upload a file that way. Or you can actually set up your G Drive on your desktop. So, um, and then I know that Josh put this in there, but this is just directions on how to get your Google Drive back up. So I'm actually going to stop presenting and actually show my entire screen so that I can kind of walk through this process. This is not the button I need. We might echo for a minute. I promise to stop. You're going to see an infinity screen. It's usually really funny whenever you do that. Okay. So, to get to your Google Drive, you just go to your waffle and go to Drive. So from here, you can see that I kind of have all of my stuff organized. I love folders. I have a lot of folders. I have folders within folders. We did do a whole Tech Tuesday over that a couple of weeks ago. So if you want to look at that, please feel free to go to our Tech Tuesday library. But this is my drive. I have my share drive, my computers. So I can always go to new and do file upload or folder upload. And that's coming directly from my desktop computer. So I'm just going to do file upload. I do not know how much stuff I got one of the first. I don't even have, I do. I have some pink background that I can upload. I am on Windows 11, so all of my stuff is already backed up to my drive. So I actually don't have a lot of files on this computer. So you would just go, you would, find your document that you want, click on it and open, and that is going to upload to my drive. You can also open your file explorer. Usually, mine's in the middle of my screen because I'm on Windows 11. Yours might still be pinned over here, or you might have to go to your Windows and you can search file folder, or it's right here. Where did? Okay. You can also you can just drag and drop in here as well, and it'll copy it right over. So I have a Tech Tuesday background because I'm always losing it. And then also in your file folder, I'm going to actually make it big now. You have your Google Drive. So if you do not see your Google Drive on your desktop computer, if you could just see if you can see it. If you don't see this Google Drive right here, I know Josh has put it in the chat, how to download your G Drive to your desktop so that you can just automatically, you can go to your downloads or wherever, and you can just drag and drop here as well.
Yeah, Sherry, I was going to say real quick, it's actually, if you click that link in the chat, it'll take you just to this really cool, it's a really basic page. It's just a Google website that gives you the download. It's like a big blue button. It's really easy. You just install that, and then it'll let you do like what Sherry is saying.
But you can drag and drop here. You can also, organize here. I have access to my drive. So these are all of my folders. This are all of my documents that I have. I have some emojis that I can't really tell what they are here, but if I go to my Google Drive over here, I can see I have a little, I have a little old person because this is all of my old documents. And then I have a camera, and this is just about, I believe, Tech Tuesday ideas, and this is more ideas. But I'm going to go back to our presentation. Does anyone have any questions over how to back up all of your stuff on your Google Drive?
No, but I have a question. Is it against policy to use my own um, external hard drive to back up my files?
No, ma'am. I'm actually going to talk about like takeout, Google Takeout here in a minute. If you
Okay.
have it and you know how to use it, I mean, I don't see a problem with it. Josh and Isabel, you've worked in technology longer than me.
Because a lot of my information is confidential.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to keep it with me and not put it out there in the drive.
Oh, that's completely fine.
Okay.
Um, if that's what you want to do.
Okay. I just didn't know if I could or not, but this is good to know too for other
Mm-hmm.
things. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I've kind of already went over a lot of these slides just because we wanted to touch base on them. So on your Google Drive, open and set up. So I did that. You can save your files to your G Drive. So that is what I was just showing you. Your Google Drive and G Drive are always in sync. So if I do one thing to my G Drive on my desktop computer and I do something completely different to my drive on my Chrome browser, they are going to match up completely. Um, if you edit, delete, or move a file in one location, the same changes happens in the other location. You can also organize your files. I mean, you saw how mine were. I like folders. Um, and then you can also create folders in your G Drive by clicking on the new folder. I actually didn't show this one. So I'm in my G Drive. And if I just go to new and go to folder, you can see that I just created that folder here. And if I were to open up this, I have it. Oh, it's not synced yet. Test for Tech Tuesday. So it syncs almost immediately. So again, whatever you're doing on your File Explorer under your Google Drive is going to um, also go on in your regular Google Drive. You can move files from one of your folders to your Google Drive by selecting them. Select all by pressing Shift A. Copy. You can copy them and then post them to your G Drive. You can also drag and drop. You can use the file upload if you're on your Chrome. Um, okay, sorry, I just got a chat. But Isabel did verify that it is okay to back up files to personal external hard drive. I just wanted to let y'all know. So I know that was a question. You can also organize your files and folders directly in drive.google.com. And then exporting all of your Google Drive. So, as much as we don't want to see you leave, if you know you're leaving the district, whether it's you're moving away from Midland ISD, you got another career opportunity, you're retiring, but you want to keep all of your documents just in case, you can use Google Takeout. So this is you can find that at takeout.google.com, and it downloads all of your Google account data in that one file, which you and then you can import it to another Google account. It I wish Google Takeout. I didn't know about Google Takeout, but I came to the district about 6 years ago, but I came from a Google district, and I had a lot of my own resources on my personal computer, or my not my personal, my old school computer, and I couldn't bring them with me, and so I was having to re-download them, research for them. So I would have loved Google Takeout. I say I love Google Takeout, but Josh has a different opinion. So I'm actually going to turn it over to him to let him kind of talk about Google Takeout real quick.
Thanks, Sherry. Yeah, so Google Takeout, like Sherry said, it can be a really a really good tool, especially if you do not have the time to really sit there and manually download every single folder and file in your Google Drive. It will do it for you. So it's kind of like the other page that we were talking about. Google is really good about making it easy, where you just kind of click one button and you kind of go through a little process where you tell it, this is my Google account that I want to take everything out of, and this is the Google account where I want to bring everything into. So that's basically what you do when you visit Google Takeout, and then it basically does it all for you. The reason why I wasn't a huge fan is because at least when I did it, it could have been something that has changed by now, because it's been over a year since I tried that. But when I did it, it kind of like disorganized all of my files. But if that's not a big deal to you, maybe you just have some docs or whatever you're transferring, PDFs. Because I was a digital media teacher, I had a lot of videos and resources that I had archived over 3 or 4 years of teaching that I wanted to keep. And so it kind of just depends on what you're using it for. So like Sherry said, it is a good way if you want to just do it that way and not have to worry about it. Last time I remember talking with DJ Rambo about it, he told me that I think it sometimes can take maybe a day or two, just depending on how much you have. So be prepared for it to slowly move those files over, and also be prepared to maybe do some reorganizing. But as long as you're cool with that, Google Takeout is for you. Okay, so next I'm going to be talking about just some other things as we're getting ready to wrap up and close out this year. We hope that you all have a great summer, but there are a few other things that you're going to want to know about. So one of them is Power Up. So Power Up, if you didn't know, it was actually something that it was a technology conference that we launched last year. And so this is our second Power Up we're getting ready to have. And this is actually Power Up this year is in conjunction with MISD Elevate. So the Elevate conference and the Power Up conference are actually going to be together as like one giant mega conference. And so we're going to be on the Midland College campus. We're going to be in 2 different buildings. And what's cool is that the Power Up part of the conference, we're going to kind of have like our own hallway. We're going to have some really great technology vendors, vendors like Google, learning.com, which is coming new to the district. You're not going to want to miss out on that. Adobe Express, Google will be there. So did I mention Google already? I might have. Canva should be there. And so we have a lot of great just a lot of great vendors that you're not going to want to miss out on. So it's the Power Up EdTech Conference 2024. That's going to be August 1st and 2nd. You can register right now. The link is in the chat. We dropped that in there. So go click that link. Go get registered before you leave for the summer. It's really easy to register off of the website. August 1st is going to be sessions all for elementary, and then August 2nd is the second day is going to be sessions all for secondary. And so, like I said, you're going to want to go on there and look at what we are offering. We are all very excited about it. I think I had mentioned.
Hey, Josh, we have a hand raised. Yes, ma'am.
Let's see.
I have a question about that Power Up. I'm new to the district. All right, so on that, I did notice the Adobe class that started at 12:15 versus 12:55 when the sessions were going.
Yeah.
And it says you get credit for 3 hours, but does it end at 1:45 when that session ends, or does it go all the way through? The session ends at 1:45, but then down below there's a side note saying it starts at 12:15 versus the 12:55. But then it says something about 3 hours. So I just need to know, so if I'm going to the 6th session or if I'm going to be there the rest of the day, that's my question, basically.
So those Adobe sessions are actually longer than the regular sessions because Adobe is offering it's offering teachers the opportunity to get their Adobe Certified Educator certification. So the class is going to be an hour and a half instead of an hour. So
okay, so it does end at the 1:45. I just have to take my lunch shorter than the other.
Yes.
Everyone else gets longer.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's a good question. So thank you for asking that. Those sessions are really cool. They're really special too because they're like a certification with Adobe. So we're really excited about that as well. So like I said, Google, Canva, Adobe, GoGuardian. We're hoping on maybe having Minecraft EDU there as well. which that is something I'm really excited about as well. And then, of course, learning.com. I think I mentioned that. And like I said, there is the obviously on the slide there, but you can go and follow that link right now. Or you can just go off of the slide and type that into your browser as well. And so
when is the convocation?
August 1st,
The convocation is first?
July 31st.
July, okay, because I was wondering, all right, that's what I needed. All right. Okay. And we can sign up for any one of those, or do we have to sign up for all of those?
Elevate is completely your choice. So I believe it is mandatory for you to be there, and it's mandatory for you to go to courses, but it's completely your choice from what I understand. Isabel.
Yes. So the reason you register is because you're going to get a printed badge. Every teacher has to be there. So you will get a printed badge, and you can go to any session you want. When you go to this a session, a person will be there with an iPad and will scan your badge, and that will give you credit for that class. So the reason you register is to get your badge ready. That's the only reason you have to register.
Okay, because I'm presenting too, so I didn't know, but I don't know what time or anything. I haven't heard anything yet. So how are we supposed to know when we're supposed to be presenting?
I would just suggest that you email J.R. Napoles. So Jr.Napoles. He is the director for talent development, and I'm sure that he has his schedule very organized, and he would be the person to ask.
Okay, so this, sorry for all the questions. So this is just an overview of the classes that are being offered. We don't sign up for those classes yet. We just need to sign up for Elevate.
Exactly.
Okay.
You will sign up for, you're presenting for Elevate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, this will be just what Power Up is really just the part of Elevate, but we have like a wing with all technology. So technology will be on one side, and then everything else is in the other building. You just need to register one time for your day, elementary or secondary. And as I said, the registration is to get your badge. And when you go to a class, you'll scan your badge. That's how you'll get your Eduphoria credits, because they will see what sessions you went to.
Okay, that sounds good. All right. Well, it looks like I already enrolled in it, so no worries. Okay, that sounds great. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Absolutely, great questions. So I'm glad that we're getting these questions now. So it's good. Okay, and then there's another checklist here. Just kind of wrapping up everything I've already been talking about. And so we've got moving in Google Drive. I don't know if we misspelled anything there or not. It says move to Google Drive. But you want to take advantage of everything in Google Drive, right? I mean, when I was a teacher, that's what I used. And it just makes things a lot easier, especially like Sherry was showing everyone about the Google Drive for desktop. And as a matter of fact, I was kind of surprised. I was telling Isabella and Sherry just today, I actually downloaded and installed the Google Drive for desktop on a Mac computer that I use. So that was actually really cool. So I could see in my little Mac Finder, my file explorer, which is the file explorer for Mac. It's called Finder. I was able to, sync everything with my Google Drive in there as well. So it's a really great tool. You want to make sure that you're using it, and it can help you to back up everything as well. Shut down your computer. Remember to shut down your computer. But as Sherry was saying earlier as well, do not unplug that. And there's a whole reasoning behind that. I think, Sherry, you basically already went into that, is because our technology teams are going to be going in, and it makes it easier on them for you not to unplug your computer. Do not unplug the Clever Touch either, and I believe that's part of that as well. So we want to leave pretty much all of that plugged in. And then, of course, you want to register at Elevate Power Up, and please tell everybody that who wasn't here with us today to register for Elevate as well. And once again, that link is in the chat. And so I think that's all we have for you today. Isabella, am I forgetting anything?
Yes, you are. But I can kind of touch on it.
Oh, I
So,
tried to advance the slide. I'm sorry, and it wouldn't go.
oh,
So I don't know. Something was acting weird for me, I guess.
There's a question, I believe.
It's more like a statement. I just want you guys to be aware that we had to turn in our HMDI cords for our Clever Touch this year. So if you're working on them with everything, just be aware of that.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I do want to, Jennifer, I realized you turned on your camera earlier. If there are other people in your classroom kind of going along with this training as well, and they just didn't want to sign on to their computer, if you could kind of put their name, like their first and last name, in the chat so that they could receive credit, that would be great. I don't want anyone to miss out on credits. And I want to make sure that we know who's all going to be in there. So, the last thing that we will briefly talk about is planning for a smooth restart. So to ensure that you have access to your technology and apps in August, make sure that you write down your passwords in a safe location. You can also choose to save your passwords accurately on your Google account at passwords.google.com. Isabel was actually telling me you could actually go into if you have an iPhone, you can go into your passwords and you can just, like your computer login, you can just type in your computer login and it's in your phone. So, and then
Right, you just go into your iPhone settings, you scroll down to where it says passwords, you have to put in your password or your face, and then you click on the little plus sign at the top right, and you can manually add any password and it'll always be there. It'll remember it for you, and no one can access your passwords unless they have your password or they put it in front of your face, I guess.
And then lastly, make sure that you are staying up to date with all of the stuff that's going on with technology in our district. So you can follow us at Midland ISD Tech on X or Twitter for all that information going through the summer. Hoping that we can kind of, if there's any EdTech tools out there that we see, maybe we'll post about those. And if you have any questions, feel free to stick around, and you can also email itechhelp@midlandisd.net.
Thanks, y'all.